O resto eu vejo depois. O resto eu vejo depois, talvez, pode ser que uma mina firmeza possa trombar no rolê. É isso, deixa comigo, é só seguir o sentido e despertar os picos floridos. Mas não, pera lá, deixa eu falar, né assim, para mim tem que ter valor. Não é só chegar e abusar, nem forjar, nem fingir que nem dá pra sentir o amor. Uma fita, ela não confia mais em mim, acredita. No conto das minas que pra mim foi mágica. Tava tudo claro, mas a cena complica e a saudade fica. Então já era, já era, já era. Não beijo mais aquela tão bela e singela. E nem dá. Por quê? Quando eu me vi só nesse lugar, eu pensei que preciso sair pra me libertar. Seja com quem for, a minha vida é cantar. Não tá no mesmo lugar, seja sozinho a dois. O resto eu vejo depois.
Greetings, everyone, from Sacramento. The Kings playing host to a Western Conference affair here in the capital of California. Welcome to 2K Sports, bringing you the NBA. With Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. This is Kevin Hart. Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Chris Paul and J.J. Redick are the guards. Inside, it's Griffin and Jordan, and it's Johnson in at the small forward position. And it's a defensive 3-second violation. The Kings shooting their first foul shot of the game. And the technical free throw, missing that time. They'll retain possession here, however. The Kings were off to a hot start last year, but things certainly fell apart midway. A big factor in that was the messy firing of their coach, Mike Malone.
Yeah, really, that firing came out of nowhere to the fans and the players, and seemed odd to fire a coach that has been leading his team to good basketball.
Kings on D. 4-point game. And then Griffin with the dunk.
Boy, he is such a ridiculous dunker.
High riser, no doubt about it.
Goodness, I mean, you come to expect plays like that from him, and folks, that never gets old.
Not too much congestion in the lane. I think he could have gotten a better shot that time, no question.
Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense.
And stolen by Gay. That's good.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Down low. And stolen by Redick. Paul kicks to Johnson. Dishes to Gay. It's deflected. Shot from 12. Here's AC. And there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time. AC's got his second bucket. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Kings.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And also, they're jumping on a lot of turnovers, making sure they turn them into points at the other end.
The drive by Cousins.
Tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know, Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm glad he didn't, because otherwise we'd probably have a 45-minute delay here if he shattered the backboard. Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Rondo drives in. Hangs in the air. And it's good on the way in. Ace's got 6 points.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively. Nothing fancy there. Didn't need it.
Nope. His only concern right now, Clark, is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points.
I like the simplicity.
Well, there's also style just with the fact that he's able to have that kind of a finish, though. Still, I like that pretty one-handed flush.
Rondo passes to Gay. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. Sacramento shooting their second and third free throws tonight.
Shooting for Sacramento, Rudy Gay. At the line for 2.
That free throw, no good.
Boy, Doc Rivers keeps on leading his teams to successful seasons. A former coach of the year rarely has a season where his team doesn't meet expectations.
Here's what Sacramento's going with right now. Kufis checked in for Cousins. Caspi comes in for Quincy Acey. Curry's checked in for Ben McLemore. And it's Collison in for Rajon Rondo. Pulls it from the elbow. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. And Doc Rivers passed the 700-win mark as a coach last season. He's climbing the ladder in career wins.
Yeah, and you know, I don't know that Doc oftentimes gets enough credit for the type of coach he is. I mean, as a coach, he's well over 500 in terms of his career win percentage. And how about over 500 in playoff games as well?
Bellinelli, he's checked in for Rudy Gay. Clippers trail by 11. Inside. And Cole Aldrich with the slam.
Cutting into the lead with a huge one-hand throwdown.
That's how to get your team back into it.
Yes, sir.
I tell you what, guys, that might also put a little spark into those guys.
Now, here's Kufis. Rebound by
wow.
Aldrich.
It's a layup.
One-on-one here. That is just nasty.
About the athleticism on that finish. Man, those aren't legs. This guy, those are like springs.
Holy smokes, almost superhuman.
Guys, he can really elevate. That we know.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
Caspi.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. I mean, much better off making him go to the line.
So, for the Clippers, Jordan, he's checked in for Aldrich. Griffin comes in
you're not
for
gonna jump up
Green,
there? What the hell's wrong with
and it's
you?
Paul in for Rivers.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they're just giving them too many looks inside.
Yeah, and usually when a team goes on a run like this, it's because they are getting too many opportunities on the inside. Make them beat you from deep. Well, this here is a game. Good run to close the gap.
Yeah, they've done a great job to get back within striking distance. Really a solid comeback effort.
And at the end of one, both teams putting up some points. Kings lead by 3. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks. We have a close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for Los Angeles.
Fellas, they're passing the ball the way you're supposed to here in this first half.
They also came out of the locker room with their running shoes on. I mean, their transition game has been full throttle.
We've got DeMarcus Cousins. Rudy Gay is up there with Cauley Stein. And there's Collison. And it's Bellinelli in at the 2 spot. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
I tell you, we're taking a look at some real deficiencies defensively. I mean, they've given up 5 straight good looks in the paint.
Rajon Rondo's checked in for the Kings. Good ball movement here by the Kings. And Cauley Stein throws it down.
And, guys, this game won't be close for long if they keep giving up dunks like that.
No, it won't, G.A. You're right. A glaring error defensively and letting them get all the way to the basket that time.
But it's only 2 points. I mean, it was flashy, no doubt, but still, it only counts for 2. 2 is all.
Ben McLemore, he's checked in for Sacramento. Cole Aldrich, he's checked in for the Clippers. Cousins dishes to McLemore. 4 on the clock. Tries again. And Cousins kicks to Cauley Stein. Now here's McLemore. Guarded closely. With the clock winding down. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
The Kings shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game.
And as a team, they're down around 72% for the season.
And guys, that allows their opponents to play very aggressive defense if they choose to, knowing it's not a bad thing to send them to the foul line.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Jordan, he's checked in for Aldrich. Griffin comes in for Mbamute. Johnson, he's checked in for Pierce. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Jamal Crawford. Sacramento again missing. Cauley Stein kicks to Gay. To the paint. And Cauley Stein with the basket on the assist from Gay. Cauley Stein's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And former coach of the year, George Paul, making his way back into the league last season. Kings picked him up halfway through the year to kind of stabilize their coaching situation.
Quincy Acey's checked in for Cauley Stein.
Man, he went blue right past.
Griffin with the dunk.
Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas.
And what a pickup to get a guy like Carl Gregg on their bench. As you mentioned, he's just been a winner, Clark, his entire career.
Well, he's climbing the ladder in the all-time wins category as a coach, and also he's a cancer survivor. He's overcome a battle with cancer, and that also lends itself to having great compassion and respect for George Carl.
As did his son Kobe.
That's
Remember
right.
that? Yeah.
That's right. As a family affair.
The drive by Cousins. Rondo with it. Chris Paul covering. And stolen by Redick. Count that one, and the Kings lead has been cut down now to just 2 on the basket from Paul.
Great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and trigger the fast break.
And now just a one-possession game thanks to that quick hitter. Outstanding play in the open.
Oh, my God.
And although not a block officially, it might as well have been his ability to react and alter the shot.
Greg, I don't think there was any doubt about it. His defense threw him off on that shot.
Kicks it out to Gay. Pass to Rondo. And stolen by Jordan. Throws down the breakaway jam.
And you can see the importance of that steal. I mean, really a 4-point turnaround with the conversion at the other end right there.
Yeah, the importance of the defense there. Instead of giving up the bucket and having that 5-point deficit, all of a sudden, we got a tie ball game.
So the Kings called timeout. They're first. You know, you work hard all season, Greg, to try and get into the playoffs, then get a favorable first-round matchup. How about the Clippers last year? Followed those steps. They're rewarded with the first-round matchup against the defending champions of the league, the San Antonio Spurs.
And not only were the Spurs the defending champions, but they came in playing terrific basketball down the stretch, which is kind of what they are noted for. And the Clippers, though, did well, even though that was the case.
Here's what Sacramento's going with right now. Kufis checked in.
How this happened to me? I don't understand.
For Cousins. Caspi comes in for Rudy Gay. Curry's checked in for Ben McLemore. And it's Collison in for Rajon Rondo. For Los Angeles, they've gotten just over 50% of their shots to drop here in the second quarter. They're 5 for 9.
And he is the ultimate when it comes to being a floor leader on the offensive end.
Yeah, you know, he's got a little bit of Greg Anthony in it. He has been that leader today. I think he's done a really nice job of moving the ball and distributing it the way it needs to be done.
Well, Clark, I'm glad you referenced specifically why you thought he had a little Greg Anthony. I thought you were talking about my knees. He looked a little hobbled out there for a moment.
And the Kings making a change here. Ellis checked in.
Boy, I tell you, it was a tough road for the Clippers in the playoffs. They get by the Spurs in round 1 in a 7-game emotional series, and immediately have to go up against the Rockets in round 2.
Right side Curry. Redick against Collison. Clock at 6. It's stolen by Johnson. And here again, Los Angeles in. Jam! I mean, just beautiful.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now.
Clark, there is a swagger out here on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
That's right.
I tell you what, I used to love to go up and jam like that.
A nice shot by Rivers.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And, you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
Here's Bellinelli, guarded by Green. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark. And it's blocked by Curry. They get it back. That will count. And released it in time, but it's off the mark. And the... Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. You look at Chris Paul. What a contribution.
And the thing I noticed most in that first half was his offense. He was not wasteful with his opportunities and also did a great job of converting with the chances he had.
I agree with you, Greg. Judicious shot selection. All of his looks were good looks.
Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out away here in the third.
Yo, pass. Goddamn, man. I'm just
Look at Chris Paul.
What
a contribution.
And the thing I noticed most in that first half was his offense. He was not wasteful with his opportunities and also did a great job of converting with the chances he had.
I agree with you, Greg. Judicious shot selection. All of his looks were good looks.
Setting the floor for the Clippers. Inside, it's Griffin and Jordan. Chris Paul and J.J. Redick are the guards. And it's Johnson in it, the small forward.
And the Clippers not known for being an outside shooting team, but they take a large amount of deep mid-range twos as well as their fair share of threes.
And it's Paul penetrating. No good with the layup. The Kings trail by 6. Here's Rondo. The stupendous.
Let's go. Yep.
Finish in traffic. Los Angeles calls timeout. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
It's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game, and that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Los Angeles calls timeout. It was a rough year last year for fans in Sacramento, but they still come out here to fill up the stands, Greg, even with their team struggling.
Yeah, the new ownership, give them credit. Last year, the Kings marked an 8-year high in terms of attendance. Not bad for a team that really looked to be in the hunt for the postseason, but then just fell apart midway through.
And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. And it's Rondo penetrating. And yes, sir, that one drops. And it's 7 points for Willie Cauley-Stein.
The Kings ended at 18-23 here at home. Not a terrible record for them given how their whole season went kind of up and down and inconsistent. They even had some home cooking in their favor as they were the second best team in free throw differential at home.
And the foul called on DeMarcus Cousins. And that'll be his third foul so far. Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. And Mbah-a-Moute's checked in for Griffin. Pierce comes in for Johnson. And it's Crawford in for J.J. Redick.
Well, a big thing for the Kings to look forward to is the opening of their new arena. They are still looking at opening the downtown arena in the fall of 2016, and Sacramento couldn't be any more excited.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento.
Way too many shots in close, and he's got to get his guys to cut that down in terms of points in the paint.
Clearly the reason for the timeout, Greg. I mean, he wants his guys to toughen up inside. And start protecting the rim.
Let's hear it for your Sacramento Kings dance team.
The Kings trail by 6. Pass to Cauley-Stein. To the middle. And stolen by Jordan. Down low. Here's Paul.
Oh, come on with these fouls.
The bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a three-point play.
I tell you what, fellas, we're seeing some really good ball movement out there.
Definitely. 10 of their last 12 points have come off assists.
Gay can't hit.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option.
You know, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult while they're trailing.
Yeah, but still, you know what? A magnificent move to the rim.
I tell you what, guys, I don't care what the score is. That's the play we're going to remember when this game is over.
The Clippers have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line. No luck that time either.
Sacramento didn't have a free-flowing offense, and they wanted to get up and down, and it showed in their play transitioning from stagnant to free-flowing.
Sacramento making some changes. Caspi comes in for Cauley-Stein. And it's Collison in for McLemore. The Clippers also making some changes. Griffin's checked in for Mbah-a-Moute. Johnson comes in for Paul Pierce. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Jamal Crawford. Sacramento, a team that is likely to put it on the floor to attack. We saw that last year. They have no problem creating with player movement versus ball movement, which is something which is a nice way to kind of begin the transition.
It is, and Kevin, they were dead last in the league in terms of